video that you are about to view contains material created by the Writing and Reading Center at Fresno City College. We base the information used on fact and research to the best of our knowledge. As the viewer of this video, you should always follow the directions given to you by your instructor. The materials covered in these videos should be viewed as supplemental only.
Hello and welcome to The Tutors.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Adrian.
Today we're going to discuss one of the most important parts of college essay writing, the thesis statement.
The thesis statement is an essential part in any essay. In fact, it's arguably the most important part of your essay.
All essays have a topic. This is what your essay is about.
Your thesis is your response to that topic. It's what you have to say in regards to said topic. The purpose of your paper is to assert the notion that your thesis is correct.
Essentially, the thesis tells the reader what your opinions are in relation to the essay topic, or what points you are going to argue, and how you are going to prove those points.
You're going to need a thesis for virtually every essay you write throughout your college career, so it's best to gain an understanding on how to make a thesis statement properly as soon as you can.
There are 5 common errors we encounter when it comes to creating a student's thesis statement.
The first common error that we see is a thesis statement that simply announces what the topic is without providing any sort of opinion or support for their claims.
For example, the topic of my essay is my night in jail.
This example merely announces the subject. It doesn't give any insight as to what they're going to say about their night in jail.
Let's expand on this example. My night in jail was eye-opening.
This example is better because we are given some details. We know that the writer has learned something that they wish to expand upon. However, we are still missing any sort of argument or opinion, which is crucial to a thesis.
The best way to write this thesis would be like this. My night in jail was eye-opening. I never realized how corrupt our correctional facilities are in regards to how they treat prisoners.
This thesis is the best example because it not only addresses the topic, but it gives us an opinion and the main reason why the writer has formed that opinion.
The next common error we see with thesis statements is when students try to incorporate 2 different issues into one thesis.
An example of this is, city colleges need distinct areas on campus for smokers, and cigarettes should only be sold to adults ages 21 and older.
This thesis is focusing on 2 separate subjects. Your thesis is supposed to just argue one specific idea. This gives your paper a sense of consistency and will help your reader keep their attention on the main point that you're asserting.
Since we need to stick to just one main point, our thesis would be better written like this. City colleges need distinct areas on campus for smokers because secondhand smoke is irritating to students passing by.
This sentence focuses on just one issue and gives us the reason for this point of view, which is what a thesis is meant to do.
A third common error that we encounter is a thesis that is merely the statement of a fact or the stating of something people would not argue against.
Here's an example of a thesis statement that merely states a fact. According to the California Highway Patrol, people who text while driving are much more likely to get into accidents on the road than those who do not text while driving.
You have a fact, but what are your thoughts and opinions regarding that piece of information? Be sure to include these elements to truly complete your thesis.
Also, be sure not to have a thesis on a topic that most people will be unable to dispute, like the following. Violence against women is wrong.
Most would agree that violence against women is wrong. Try to come up with an idea that you can speak passionately about in regards to the topic. If women are encouraged from a young age to take self-defense courses, there would be a great reduction in violent crimes against women.
This thesis involves the topic of violence against women, offers an opinion regarding the topic, and proposes a solution on how to solve the problem.
Another problem we see with thesis statements is when a thesis focuses on too broad of a topic to realistically cover in an essay.
Let's say my thesis looks like this. Vaccinating children should be outlawed.
There are too many issues to discuss regarding this topic. Narrow down your focus to one specific area to argue.
Rewrite your thesis so it looks a little bit more like this. Stricter laws for vaccination should be implemented.
Your thesis is focused on one specific argument.
Finally, remember that theses are opinions that need to be supported with reasons. We often see students who have an opinion for their thesis, but they haven't provided an adequate reason as to why they feel a certain way about their topic.
Let's look at an example of an unsupported thesis so that you may have a better understanding of what we mean. Winter is the least exciting season of the year.
Seeing an unsupported thesis like this begs the following question. Why?
You don't want to leave your readers unsure of your reasoning behind the formation of a claim. A way to add support to your claims is by using any one of these following transitions. Because, for, since, as, due to, by, in, and in that.
Additionally, you can use a punctuation mark, such as a semicolon, to transition your support as well.
After you employ one of these transitions, all you have to do is write in your reasons why you feel that way in regards to your topic.
Let's add on some supportive claims to the previous sentence with the help of one of these transitions.
After you employ one of these transitions, all you have to do is write in your reasons why you feel that way in regards to the topic.
Let's add on some supportive claims to the previous sentence with the help of one of these transitions. Winter is the least exciting season of the year because nearly every television program goes off the air until the spring.
Now the reader knows the reason behind the writer viewing winter as the least exciting season. The question of why has been successfully answered, thus completing your thesis.
Let's try one more. Nothing is more strenuous than synchronized swimming.
The reader is currently unaware as to why the writer would make the claim that synchronized swimming is the most strenuous activity that there is.
This statement is missing support.
Let's add support, but this time with the use of a semicolon. Nothing is more strenuous than synchronized swimming. It involves tremendous cardio, mental focus, and teamwork to make a routine look remotely decent.
Now we understand why synchronized swimming is such a difficult activity.
Hopefully you now have a better understanding of what a thesis statement is and how to properly formulate one of your own.
If you seek further support, check out the links we have posted below.
If you need help with additional terminology regarding English, reading, or writing, please check out our other videos.
Don't forget that you can also come by the FCC Writing and Reading Center. Our hours and location are posted below.
Good luck with your assignment, and if you're feeling extra studious, try out the assessment we have for this video by following the link posted below. Bye!
Bye!